right. This is a packed panel, y'all.
Big facts.
Panel. All right, I want to start it like this, man. First of all, we got some superstars on the stage. Please make some noise one more time. Yeah, man. It's amazing. I do want to start with Smino and L10. You guys have worked a lot together and just are the definition of getting that dream team together. So I wanted to know, how did you guys come about that?
Classic Studios, period. That's the one place in Chicago that is, you know, a creative hub. And we just so happened to fall into that place and, you know, just click. Started out with friendship. We used to just bullshit, you know what I mean, at the studio, waiting for the off hours after all the sessions was done. Oh, let's get in, you know what I mean, at like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So, and then from there, we kind of use that as our training grounds.
That's amazing. Yeah, you guys have a classic record in Wild Irish Roses, but outside of that, you guys have worked on so many records together. I just want to know, how do you guys keep that going? Like, it's an amazing process here, guys. Smino, how is that process as an artist? How important is that to have a team that's so reliable and it works every time?
Yeah, I really feel like having like the gang with me in general kind of just provides like the safety net of like understanding. You know how you feel crazy when you on to something?
Yeah.
But it's like they crazy with me, so it's just like, you feel me? And to reiterate what he was saying, we used to be at Chris Classic Studios in Chicago, and yeah, shout out to Classic Studios, real shit. We used to be out there in Chicago, bro, like late nights, real late nights, and we started this thing called Zero Fatigue because we could only get the graveyard shift, you feel me? Like, we had to record when it was free, so we was doing what we could to just stay close to the music, close to each other, all that. My brother Monty Booker too, like, you know, big factor in all this too, so absolutely. The gang's everything, you know? Yeah. It's the sound.
Yo, Smee, yo, I got a question for you, man. So, like, shout out to St. Louis for one, man. Your boy from St. Louis too, man. Can we get some St. Louis energy in here? All right. Yo, but you know, all top, like, man, a big thing in St. Louis, man, is leaving your hometown to go and kind of get that grind up somewhere else. That was something that I felt like, you know what I'm saying, I did in my career, you know what I'm saying. I left St. Louis, moved up to New York and did a lot of things. And for you, like, you know, you moved to Chicago and instantly like found a home and a family. I don't know if it was instantly, but like, can you like kind of just give us some insight on what that process was like? How is it? Because some of us need to get out of our hometowns and go and find our musical family in other places. Like, what kind of advice would you give us, or kind of give us some insight into what it was like for you?
I mean, for me, I had badass grades in high school. I ain't gonna stunt. I was always smart, but like, you know, the task at hand never really was like the most important thing. Like their agenda at school, I was like, shit, I'm finna do this. But I knew that young, so I just kind of was kind of rebellious to what my peoples wanted. So long story short, I graduated and I asked my pops, could I go to Columbia College in Chicago? And he was like, hell nah, like 40 bands a month, you feel me? Like, I mean a year tuition, you feel me? And I only went for a year, you know what I'm saying? But being out there, the first, like you said, it was instant. As soon as I touched down, my cousin Drea Smith, she's an artist, and she introduced me to Chris. Took me to a basketball court. I seen a bunch of Asian niggas hooping. I'm like, damn, like where I'm at. And shit, he gave me the keys to his pop's crib with my homie Jeff Jackson. He took me to his pop's crib, and I went in the basement, and my head was bust, bro. I was like, how you got all this equipment down here, like graffiti on the walls at your daddy house, they in here smoking? You feel me? So it was just a different vibe and a different scene, and I instantly just wanted to be there. So I was like, shit, I'll intern, bro, whatever you want. He like heard a couple songs, it was like, nah, you could just record here.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's amazing to hear, man.
That's dope. And then I'm sorry, but I want to get your perspective on that, Larussell, too, because you from the Bay Area and you stayed there and you was able to build something. Like, how was it, like, how did your scene happen? Did you ever feel like you needed to leave or go outside of where you was at to bubble up?
I did feel that need early, but I was broke. So it was like, it wasn't an option, you feel me? So for me, it was like, well, I'm gonna be here. I might as well try to build everything I need while I'm here.
That's amazing to hear. Larussell, while we on you, bro, I know I do not speak for myself when I say the transparency in your process is so inspiring as a fellow creative, bro. Kudos to you for being so open. I wonder what kind of caused you or made you want to document your process so openly?
Cause that shit be happening anyway. You know, it be happening, so it's like, why not? Yeah. And you know, I like to, it's just easier than creating content sometimes, because it's like, if I just live and the camera's on and a moment happens organically, then I never have to sit and have these long marketing conversations of what I need to do. Is like, no, something dope happened naturally, let's share that. And people connect with that more. So for us, it was just like it was a no-brainer because it was already happening.
Yeah, it's like, as a creative, sometimes it feels like when you're creating content for the purpose of creating content, you fail. It's a bunch of like failures, but then you catch on and you
It starts feeling
fail.
like a job,
Yeah.
and most people hate their job. Like
Yeah.
eventually, no matter, even if you're doing something you love, like when you do it a certain way for so long, you're gonna grow this disdain towards it. So you
Yeah.
really have to figure out how to monetize your living. You know, the things that you do every day, if you could figure out how to monetize that and just show it, it's far easier.
Yeah. Going back to the, oh, I'm sorry,
My bad.
brother.
How long would you say, you know, the average, like how long did it take you from going from like, you know, making nothing on your craft and your passion to like getting where you're at now? Like how long was that process? Like for people that think that it just happens like this, or see something that happens maybe overnight to them where they don't know the full backstory, I guess you can maybe explain a little bit of like how important it is to know that things don't happen overnight.
Man, things happen as fast as you make them happen. And that's something I had to learn. Like early on, I used to be reaching out to niggas and they wouldn't respond or nothing. And I felt the way, but it was because I didn't earn it. I didn't do the work that it takes to get that kind of check, right? But I wanted a specific kind of check I wasn't working for yet. So that process is based on you. Like if your goal is 10,000 shots, if you go outside every day and shoot 1,000, you're gonna get there faster than a nigga who go out and shoot 10, you know? So once I figured out that it was within my own means and it's like nobody in the way, no gatekeeping, I'm on go.
Yeah, that's huge.
L10, you an engineer, only engineer on the stage. A lot of engineers here.
I'm an engineer too.
I'm an engineer too.
I was gonna say, I don't know, yeah.
How dare you?
You research FL Studios?
I do my research. I feel like I've learned a thing or two from you, but that is another conversation for another day. I do want to know, hey, I'd be remiss to not ask, what are some of the new tools that you're really rocking with that you've been using?
Some new tools?
New tools, old tools, gold tools.
Dang, that's a
You want the secrets?
You want
Some of the sauce.
the sauce? Honestly, I don't really have any. It's really just like, It's really just being more aware of like what's given to you at the end of the day. I think a lot of my tools just come from like repetition and how much I work. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm at the best point in my career because I'm able to literally objectively call certain things. Okay, this is wrong with the mix right here. You know what I mean? Like this should be moved like this. This should be moving like this. I should feel more of a tone in this snare or drums or whatever the instrument is. And